So Simon, preparation for Salford on Saturday is well underway now. And the lads looking forward to testing themselves against Super League opposition this weekend.
Yeah, I mean it's a good tie for us, isn't it? You know, Salford are a club that in the last few seasons have been up there challenging and in finals, and they're an ambitious club, so it's going to be a big challenge for us and an exciting one for the lads.
We spoke about injuries last week, and obviously it was a tough game on Sunday. Are we missing any more players heading into this weekend?
Yeah, we're doing it tough, you know. We lost obviously Owen and Kenny in the week through they were isolating, so they're not going to be available again for this game. So we're obviously down two middles. Matt Cook went off during the game, which I mean that's what happens when you lose a couple of players in a certain position. You tend to lose another one in the game. It's just how it falls. So we're doing it tough in the middle. We're doing it tough with our forwards. We're going to probably have some people playing out of position and filling in, you know, because we just don't have that many forwards available at the moment. Lee Dewitt's still not quite there. He may be available this weekend. We're not sure yet, so that will help if he is. Aribe is cup tied, so you know we don't have a lot of forwards in reserve there to play. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge, you know. But that's we had a little bit of adversity on the weekend. We had people roll in different positions. That's how it'll play this weekend. We'll have some that aren't playing their usual position filling in, and we'll have some kids that haven't had a game yet, which will be, you know, it's exciting to see some of them.
Kenny and Owen were obviously big misses and losing them late in the week last week. Are you hopeful that they'll be back for the Dewsbury fixture?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they've got to follow the protocols and things like that, and then there's a return to play. So, you know, that they should be available for that game. And the one thing it does gives some of the other players some more experience. You know, Will Talik and Wildy, they've both got more games than, you know, probably they would have got this start of the year if everyone was fit. So their development is coming along, and they're getting more experience and exposed to these situations. So that's certainly going to help them in the long run and help us. So, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. We're dealing with a mini crisis of injuries and isolation, but there's always a plus side to it. As I say, we're getting some exposure to some of these young kids. So down the line, they've been in these stressful situations, you know, that they're playing at the moment, and they'll come through better for it when we call on them again at the back end of the season or during the season when they're playing again.
You mentioned the young lads stepping up. You mentioned the positives of them getting some minutes as well. Is it now for them an opportunity to give you, you know, a reason to keep selecting them rather than, you know, having to bring them in because of injuries? Is this game time that they're getting now a chance for them to prove themselves to you?
Yeah, it is, and they're all standing up. You know, it's not just Will and Wildy. Like young Elsie's not played for a long time, and he's playing a lot of minutes, and he's holding his own. You know, it's good, but where the danger always is with young players, and when you expose them to first team, is there's a knock-on effect if they play huge amount of time and huge amount of games, and we're always wary of that as well. You know, we don't want to expose them and put them at risk, you know, because they're only at the start of their journey. So we like to drip feed them in and out, but at the moment, you know, they're putting their hand up and playing every week because needs must, and they're really doing a good job. So, you know, they're putting their hand up to play every week, but at some point, you know, there's going to be a downside to that, and we have to be careful with that. But again, I can't speak highly enough of what they're doing. They're playing big minutes, and they're holding their own. So, but it is what it is. You know, it's not going to be the last time this year that I'm sure people are going to isolate. We're going to get injuries, so we just got to get along. And the team at the moment is showing a lot of resilience, which I'm really happy with. So that's a plus side as well.
You signalled this game as a bit of an opportunity to give the lads who are yet to play a chance and some game time. Have the injuries and the isolations and stuff like that, have they affected that plan for them?
They will do in a certain ways, because we're going to have to adjust some people around positionally, and that will have a knock-on effect of how we can manage our 17. So there'll be some players that'll get an opportunity certainly this weekend that haven't played, but not necessarily everyone because of the disruption we've had. So we've just got to find the right balance, obviously, for what's ahead of us as well. So that doesn't mean that we're not going there to try and win the game and put on a performance, because we clearly will be. But there's going to be some disruption, and I'm certainly aware of people not playing rugby for a long time and a big period, and they also need a game as well. So we'll find the right balance, but there'll be, you know, a bit of some players that haven't played, some out of position. So we just got to find the right suit for this weekend.
And just on the game this weekend, Salford will obviously be favourites, being a Super League outfit. Does that take the pressure off the lads and allow you to head into this game with a bit of a nothing to lose attitude?
Oh, there's that attitude. They're clearly favourites. Let's be honest. We know that they're a Super League team. We're a championship team. So you know they're going to be favourites. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to go there and try and win. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win, but we go and try and win every game we play in. So that. It doesn't matter who we put on the field. We've still got expectations as a club and as a unit, and how we do things, and certain things that we don't accept as a group. So we're going to go and do our best to try and win the game. But that's how we do that and put ourselves in a position to do that. Time will tell. But you know, whoever goes on the field for this club is going to put all them things in place to win the game. So, you know, they're favourites clearly, but we still want to go on and put on a performance.